Hello, I'm Kathy Viney, and I'd like to welcome you to our home this evening. I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you about LifeHuddles and how it was born. You might be asking yourself, how did those two words come together as the name for the dream that God has placed in my heart? I want to tell you that in a few minutes, but first, a little background. Throughout my life, I've always desired to encourage those around me and teach God's Word. As a child, I enjoyed sharing the Bible stories with my friends on the playground because I wanted them to know that God loved them and He wanted to be a part of their lives. As a teen, I shared God's love and His Word through music in nursing homes and at our county jail and also at our church. I felt God's call on my life to be a minister's wife. God placed a very special man in my life, and He knitted our hearts together in love, gave us a passion to teach God's Word, and a willingness to serve wherever He would lead us. We were married in 1970 and served in full and part-time ministry, pastoring 6 churches over the next 30 years. I've learned over my life that God's Word is powerful. It's a powerful force in our lives if we listen and believe and obey. Proverbs 4:20 through 22 say this: "My child, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words and don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart." Why? Because they bring life to those who find them and healing to their whole body. I've watched the power of God's Word strengthen me when I was at my weakest, empower me in the face of adversity, direct me when I didn't know which path to choose, and to be my peace in the darkest storms. But I've also experienced and watched others become stuck and overwhelmed and worn out by the situations they faced, remaining disillusioned, discouraged, and defeated. But what makes the difference? Well, that's where LifeHuddles was born. This idea was marinating in my thoughts and prayers since 1994, when I shared a message called Poised Toward Victory. In that message, I said, we all know the basic tricks that the enemy is going to use to steal and kill and destroy in our lives. What if we took God's Word and built a game plan? So that if the enemy came at us with fear, we would respond by saying, no, God hasn't given me the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. I enjoy watching football, and I've always been fascinated by the strategic planning that goes into winning a game. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines strategy as a careful plan or a method for achieving a particular goal. The skill of making and carrying out that plan to achieve that goal. It also uses the words blueprint, design, game plan, and master plan. Now, we all know and understand that building a building, you have to have a blueprint. And we all know and understand that to win at sports, you need to have a game plan. But I'm not so sure we understand the importance of God's Word in building strategies to respond to the adversity in our lives. God's Word is our blueprint. God's Word is our game plan. Proverbs 4:26 says, strategic planning is the key to warfare. To win, you need a lot of good counsel. When you put life and huddles together, life is the experience of being alive, the ability to grow and to change. And huddle means to come together, to talk, to get instruction. John 10:10 says, I have come that you might have and enjoy life and have it in abundance, to the full until it overflows. LifeHuddles is about coming around God's Word, discovering strategies, and developing game plans for responding to adversity so that we can better experience His life, His power, and His victory in our lives.